So the legend behind Thieves Cleaner in 1413 in France during the Black Death or the bubonic plague, people were dying all over, obviously, and we can all relate to this during the pandemic here. It's a little scary, and people didn't really have the science to understand what was going on at the time. There were 4 thieves that had prior experience in the perfume and spice industry, and they were unemployed, as a lot of people were during that time. They got together and they came up with a formula that was an antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial blend of essential oils. They smeared this all over their bodies, and then they went and robbed the dead victims of the plague. Well, people knew that these bodies were being robbed, and no one was brave enough to go, when someone died of the plague, they weren't brave enough to take off their jewels and rings and riches and stuff like that, so they just basically dumped them in mass graves with whatever they had on them. But since these 4 thieves had this prior knowledge of working with essential oils and spices, they were pretty confident that what the blend that they came up with would protect them from the germs of the plague. So time went on, and obviously they got caught. So the judge said to them, if you tell us your secret, we won't burn you. You won't get burned alive. So they got all excited and thought, oh, they're going to get to go free if they just tell their secret of their secret blend of herbs. So they coughed up their secret blend of essential oils, and as a reward, they were hung instead of burned. So that's the little legend behind thieves oil and why it's called thieves oil. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a concentrate, and then from the concentrate we'll make the cleaner. I have 3 different kinds of bottles I'm going to be using. I have a spray bottle that we'll be putting the cleaner in with a top, and it's the amber sort of apothecary kind of jar bottle glass. And the reason why you want the dark blue will work too if you have blue. It just protects the oils from UV light. It makes them last longer. So I have a spray bottle for the cleaner, and then I have just the same bottle but with just a cap for my concentrate. And then I have a roller bottle that I'm making for when my husband has to go back to work. You can actually, if you think you've been in contact with someone sick, put this on your hands. You can put it on you, just like you don't want to smear it all over you and bathe in it like the 4 thieves did, but you can put it on if you think you've touched something. It's sort of like a hand gel, but it's oils, and so it has like a little roller ball. You can buy these individually on Amazon. I bought them in a big set. So I bought multiple because I use them a lot for other things, so I bought multiple ones. They came in, it was pretty affordable. It also came with a little funnel, which you'll need. I'm going to give you the measurements in 1/4 of a teaspoon instead of just droppers. Some people like working with the droppers, but I've always found that it has a tendency to be quick, and I can't count the drops as fast. So because I'm used to making tinctures and working with medicinal herbs for medicinal reasons, not for cleaning reasons, I have other bottles that have better droppers on them, which I could go get one, but I'm just going to use this little one that came with it. But I'm going to give it to you in 1/4 of a teaspoon because I just find that a little bit easier. So let's make our concentrate first. So you're going to need 5 different essential oils. You're going to need clove oil, lemon oil, cinnamon bark oil, and just plain cinnamon oil will work, but this is cinnamon bark, and eucalyptus oil, and rosemary oil. So those are the 5 essential oils you'll need to be using to make the concentrate. To make our cleaner, we're gonna make the concentrate, and then we'll also need white vinegar and water. I always remove I hate dropper inserts in anything, soy sauce, Tabasco sauce, I don't care what they put them in. I hate them. I don't have time to sit around and drop drops. And when I do use herbal oils, I use a different dropper, not the drop thing that you have to sit there and wait. I don't just find them ineffective. Anyway, if you like them, go ahead and use it, but I removed mine, and have found that the best tools to remove it, besides they do make a little plastic one that comes with some of the sets, but I don't have that one. I just use a butter knife and sugar tongs, and it seems to pull them out. I do the same thing when I'm taking out the top of a soy sauce too. What we're gonna do is we want on the cloves, the clove oil has the most out of all of them. We want 1/4 teaspoon, and then we're gonna want also 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can do 1/4 teaspoons plus 5 drops, or you can do 40 drops. Lemon oil, I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon. If you're doing drops, you can do 35 drops. The 1/4 of a teaspoon is rounding it up for the lemon, cinnamon oil, eucalyptus, and rosemary, and it's rounding, and you have to add the extra 5 drops with the clove oil. That takes us to the cinnamon bark oil. And this is going to be also 1/4 teaspoon. The more traditional is just 20 drops. Next is going to be the eucalyptus oil, and again just 1/4 of a teaspoon. Or 15 drops if you want the traditional one. And then lastly we have rosemary oil, again 1/4 of a teaspoon. And if you want the traditional measurement, it's going to be 10 drops. So it would be 1/4 plus 5 drops, 1/4 teaspoon plus 5 drops for the clove oil, 1/4 teaspoon for the lemon oil, 1/4 teaspoon for the cinnamon bark oil, 1/4 teaspoon for the eucalyptus oil, and 1/4 teaspoon for the rosemary oil. I will put the traditional drop measurements in the description box if you want to follow the old-timey recipe. 35 drops equals 1/4 teaspoon. So that's where I just sort of round it up on the lower ones and then add 2 on the clove oil. So now we have our concentrate in there. So what we want to do on the cleaner, we want to do 1/4 teaspoon plus 5 drops. After get it in the bottle, mix it all up. It doesn't make a lot. You could put this in a little tiny bottle if you wanted to. And then I'm going to do 5 additional drops of the concentrate. I'm going to put on my concentrate. I'm just going to go ahead and put my lid on it. My 1 cup or 8 ounces of just water. And then I want to add 1 cup, 3 ounces of just white vinegar. I like to label my bottles and then cover it with like clear packing tape. That way your ink doesn't come off when you're cleaning or smearing. The oils will take ink off of a lot of things. Then you shake it up and your cleaner is ready. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon. This is more highly concentrated than the cleaner. If you wanted a really concentrated roller ball, you could just blend all the oils into the thing, but I'm just going to, it smells good, add water. You just push the roller bottle in there, the little roller ball, and every time you use it, just give it a good shake, because you know the oils and the water separate, so before you use it, just give it a shake. And I like to keep the concentrate in a bigger jar, and when I make other cleaners I do the same thing, even though I could store it in a little one, but since I use the little ones for all kinds of other medicinal herbal concoctions, as I would say, or remedies, it seems like it has a little bit of a safety factor. If I have it in the big bottle, I know it's a cleaning concentrate and not medicinal. That is the simple 5 essential oil blend that is used for the Thieves Cleaner. And if you want a more concentrated cleaner, you could use more vinegar than water, or you could just leave out the water altogether and do vinegar. You could also add more of the oils to your cleaner if you're using it if someone's sick, or a sick pet, or a sick person, or it's just like concentrated cleaning antibacterial properties. You can just do more, add a little double the amount of the concentrate that you're adding to the cleaning bottle. This has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm with how to make your own Thieves Cleaning Concentrate and Cleaner. Thanks for joining us.